Today the Okaloosa County Teachers Federal Credit Union is doing a project called Mad City Money. It's a financial literacy program where they come out and introduce the kids to real world experiences of having to budget money, having a job, pay for a car, pay for housing, all those good things that come along with life.
It is a hands-on 2-hour simulation for high school students and teenage children. The goal of the program is kind of to give these students a taste of the real world and what it's like after they graduate with dealing with their finances and budgeting each month and knowing, okay, can I afford this? Is it a want? Is it a need? And how am I going to spend my money? The students come in and they're given a role as an adult. They're partnered up, so they have to make decisions together with another person. There's about 9 to 10 different stations. At each one of these stations, they have to spend their money according to the salary and occupation of them and their spouse. So at each station, say for instance the housing station, they have to decide, okay, well, can I afford a $1,500 mortgage a month? Am I going to be able to afford a smaller apartment for my family and I? Can we have a 3-bedroom trailer? Is that feasible for our budget? Transportation, they go to transportation and they're like, okay, can I afford a vehicle for just my spouse and I, or can we only afford one vehicle? Can we take the bus? How are we going to get around? How are we going to get to and from our job every day, and what's best for our family based on the money that we make? So everybody's given a life. They're giving an occupation, a salary, as well as obligations. Those obligations include student loan debt, credit card payments, medical insurance, and a child between the ages of like 1 and 3-ish. Some of them are a little older. So if they're given a child, which everybody is, they have to go to the daycare and they have to pay for daycare and diapers and formula, and they have to clothe the kid and buy toys. So a lot of them kind of get a glimpse as to, wow, kid care costs a lot of money, as well as some of the other stations that they go to. We also have what's called Life. So Life deals you good and bad sometimes. So we walk around and I have little slips, and I have good slips and I have bad slips. So we give them good and bad, because in life sometimes you have good and bad. So some of the good may be, oh, they won the lottery, or they won a karaoke contest, they sold jewelry on the side, they did something to earn some extra income. The bad, however, is something like, oh, I cracked a windshield, it's going to cost me $100 because my insurance doesn't completely pay for it. Or, they could have something as like a flat tire, or their families come in to visit and it's going to cost them $150 to feed all of them to come in. There's several different scenarios, so they're kind of like, oh, well, we got good, and they're like, oh, we got bad too. So
Yeah, our students tell us one is that it really is engaging, that they get out and really participate in it, be a part of it, and I think they get more out of it when they are an active participant in it. But it opens their eyes to some things as well. You'd be surprised that some of them, when they have to budget out transportation, they'd rather have an entertainment center than a fancy car. So some of them take the bus to work. And so we get some very positive feedback from the kids, and I really do think it's a positive thing for them to experience.
I want the students to take away a little bit of self-confidence when they leave here, so that they know that whenever they get out in the real world and they're making their own money, that they can make smart choices and they can have the things that they want. It's just got to be based on a budget. And to help them know that it's okay to spend money, just to spend it wisely. We have done this is our 2nd year. We've done it at a couple schools. We're looking at doing it at a couple other schools, so that we can kind of get out there and hopefully give some of these millennials an idea of what it's like in the real world, and how to spend their money, and what they can spend their money on, and is it a smart choice for their family. They're partnered up, so they have to make decisions together.
I hope they have a better sense of reality. A lot of them come in and don't realize that when you buy a car, you don't just pay for the car, you also have to have the insurance, and you also have to prepare for maintenance that happens, and then the gasoline that makes it run. They also have to make choices too about lifestyles. You know, do I want to wear the finest clothes, or do I just need to make sure I dress appropriately for my job, or whatever that may be. So I really hope that they leave here with a better sense of what it's really going to be like once they get out from underneath mom and dad.
I want to thank all my volunteers. I want to thank Mr. Martello. I want to thank all the staff that he hired to help with this event, as well as the girls that I brought with me from the credit union, because it really takes a team of all. It's not just Shay doing it. It's all of us, and I appreciate each and every one of them.